Then what happened? Of course, she took the water she gave to Ismail, and Ismail could survive. At the same time, at the same time period, like maybe a week ago or maybe a little bit before those days that happened, something happened in Yemen. People in Yemen used to live in a very lavish life. They had really good lands and they used to farm. There was a dam over there, and the dam used to provide the water for those farmers to drink from it and also to use it for their cultivations and for their farms. Well, guess what happened? That dam was destroyed. And because that dam was destroyed, it destroyed all the farmings and all the cultivations and all the food and everything. And that was a catastrophe that happened for those people. So those people, they decided to uh, to to move from one city to another. They decided to immigrate from the south to the north. And there was one of the tribes called Jurhum, and they moved from Yemen, and they were going north towards Syria, or to Sham, to Syria, to the north. They had to pass by Mecca, and they had to pass by Saudi, what we call now Saudi Arabia. It used to be called Yathrib. And then while they are passing by, it got so hot and they didn't have any water. So they were looking for water to drink. Some people that they hire, they are like, tracers. So they would trace for water or for any kind of footsteps or anything like that, to know that there was some humans that they lived in there. And now I want to ask you guys, since you are watching, how do you think that they knew there was water in Mecca? How did they figure out that there was a place where they had water? Who can tell me? Anyone could tell me, inshallah. You can unmute yourself or you can text it, inshallah.
I think if I remember it right, there were birds, something like that.
Birds, that's right,
Mhm.
yes. So whenever there are birds that they are hovering around the water, so we know that there was like an oasis or a pond or maybe like a creek or river over there. And that's what happened. Those people, they're walking by and they saw a lot of birds that they are in the area over there. So they knew that there is something over there. There is water. So they rushed to that place and they went over there. And guess what? They saw Hajar alayhi salam and her son Ismail sitting over there next to the water. And those people, of course, they needed that water so bad. So they excused and they took permission from Hajar to stay in that place where there is water. And of course, she gave them water, they drank water, they were so happy. And some of the tribe, they decided to stay. Subhanallah, they saw that it's a good land, they can cultivate in it, they can stay there, they can stay with her so she wouldn't be alone. And subhanallah, they started building that little village, and which is the village of Mecca, and they stayed in that place for a little while. Subhanallah. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saved Hajar. And Hajar, of course, because she was the first one to be in that land, so everyone respected her. Everyone saw her as she is the the owner of that land. Everyone saw her as she is, above them, right? In a status, subhanallah. And everyone, they loved her. And of course, she's a very good woman. And she raised her son, of course, on la ilaha illallah. And I'm sure that she was also calling these people for Tawheed and for the monotheism, and they learned from her about the religion of Islam. So she was not only just staying there in that land, but I think that she was a da'iyah, that they saw her morals and manners, as a wife of a prophet. And Ibrahim alayhi salam, every once in a while he would come and he would visit her and he would do da'wah for these people, and these people were monotheists.
Oh
And we
dear.
said that there are two different types of Arab. So the type of Arab are al-Arab al-Ariba. So for example, Jurhum, who came from Yemen, and they came and they drank water and they stayed with Hajar. those are Arab Ariba, because they were and they are the authentic Arab, and they spoke the original earthly,
Yeah.
earthly Arabic, and there's al Arab al Musta'riba, means the Arab that they they became Arab, they earned the Arabic by their language and by mingling and staying with the Arab, like Ismail alayhi salam. So Ismail alayhi salam was, of course, like the son of Ibrahim. Ibrahim alayhi salam was one of the descendants of Sam as well, but he was not an Arab from the Yemen and from the desert. He was actually from the north, from Babylon and so on. So when he went down, and then of course, like when Ismail alayhi salam and Hagar, alayhi salam, they mingled with the Arab, and then after that, Ismail, he got married to one of those Arab women and so on. So they mingled with the Arab, and so they became as Arab as well. So they call them al-Arab al-Musta'riba. And so, subhanallah, so those are the difference between al-Arab al-Ariba and al-Arab al-Musta'riba. Naam,
نعم
jazakallah
جزاك
khair.
الله خيرا. And I want to mention also just one more thing, sorry, if you allow me.
Yeah, please go ahead. Yes.
Jorhom, the Qabila, this tribe, Arab tribe who came from Yemen, who originally they're Arab, al-Arab al-Asliyin, they were the best honorable people, because it says, the scholar, they said, if they came and they saw this woman and a baby, and the water is a resource of life, what would any other traveler will do but kills a woman, kills a baby, take over the water, and they could control the water and
take
sell
her
it.
as a slave. You're right.
Subhanallah. But it says they were so honorable people, and they saw this as, like you said, you mentioned too, that it's a miracle of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So this woman has to be a very unique. Where does this woman come from? I mean, if they did not know the story later on, just seeing a woman in a desert from nowhere and the water running by the baby, this gotta be jump over from seven heaven. Allah put her here for a reason. That's how we think. So they were very honorable. They were kiram. So they paid her money. So she lived from earning her living, taking care of the baby, and they built her the house and took care of her from the allowing them using the water. And subhanallah, the water now, we still now drink. Inshallah, you all can go to Hajj, inshallah,
MashaAllah,
and
beautiful,
experience it.
beautiful.
Alhamdulillah.
Jazakallah khair for your comments and inputs.